Manus flat on the canvas. We are ready to rock and roll. Second round of action. There is a cut on Manus.
Yeah.
Martial arts chat.
My man B-Hop got dropped out the ring last night. I need a little judo baby. I need me a little judo baby, and let's do it, Ron. Let's give me up.
See what filming this? You've got a face for radio.
I've got a face for radio.
That's nice.
Martial arts chat.
Martial arts chat.
Martial Arts Chat podcast is sponsored by A1 Fight Gear. A1
Martial
Fight
Arts
Gear uses
Chat.
the latest cutting-edge boxing gloves for professional and amateur fighters, gym enthusiasts and kickboxers.
Martial
Local
Arts
and
Chat.
national gyms in the UK, do yourself a favour and check out a1fightgear.com. And if you're wanting to get into shape, get back into shape, then go to beastgear.co.uk. Use the coupon code MartialArtsChat to save 15% off your purchases. They've got core sliders, straps and barbell pads and complete strength and conditioning programs to suit your needs. We are also sponsored by Feel Supreme. FeelSupreme.co.uk offers CBD oil and natural nutrition. They will assist your progress in diet and lifestyle. Natural supplements and complementary services such as yoga, mind coaching and weight cutting programs. Finally, we are also sponsored by World of Martial Arts Television. WOMA.tv produces, finds, acquires, commissions and presents all you ever wanted to know about martial arts. Hello, my name's Chris Allen and this is the Martial Arts Chat podcast. Today I'm honoured to be joined by Bellator's own and fighting for over 10 years now, so he is a veteran now, Kent the Hammerhorn Kauppinen. How you doing, my friend?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. 10 years, crud, I've not realised it's been fighting that long.
Yeah, man, you were pro debut against Steve McDonald in a UK
Steve
regional.
McDonald. Yeah, that was in London. Yeah, I won that one.
Yeah, I know you won your first few there. Yeah, so we've been doing this for a long time. Is this what you always? So I asked you this question. I ask every fighter. I usually ask later on in the interview. But what got you into MMA then? You started a long time ago. What were you doing before 2009?
So I was playing football at academy level, and I was with Liverpool Football Club.
Oh wow!
Liverpool Academy. And my friend at the time, still friend now actually, since at the time, my friend still now, who's one of my training partners, he was like, oh mate, come along, I've just started doing this, it's real good for fitness. And I was like, yeah, sweet. So I went along, started training with Dragon's Lair, while I was still playing football, but then I got released from football, and I kind of just got offered a fight one night. I think I was 17 years old. It was an amateur, semi-pro fight, whatever that means, amateur or pro in it, but it was semi-pro at the time. I took the fight at 9 or 10 o'clock on a Friday night, and I was fighting Saturday against a guy called James Millard, who was 2-0 and like 28 years old. So I had 4 months training behind me. And when I say training up, we were just like a group of guys who, we had a coach in that who was a black belt in kickboxing. He knew his stand up, but we were very, 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 very new to anything like wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So we were very basic. And yeah, I took the fight on a day's notice. I went from 84 kilos down to 77 kilos in 12 hours for the weigh-in.
Oh.
That was. Well, at 17 years old, it wasn't like a chore. You just didn't eat in the morning. I was fine. But yeah, I'd never do that now. And then after the fight, I fell in love with fighting, and football was out the window then, because I wasn't that bothered about it, because I started to love that mixed martial arts. So. Then turned pro at 18, and then I quit when I was 19, 20. I quit because of football. I was doing well in football.
Okay, was that still in Liverpool?
No, I ended up playing Conference South, Southern Prem for Chippenham Town. Yeah. Which I was earning all right money while working in the bar. So I was like, I don't need to fight. I don't want to fight. Didn't kind of just gave it up. I had some family stuff going on, and then I went back. Then I was carried on fighting because people were messaging you, and they were like, do you want to fight this weekend? It's 500 quid or 750, and to me it's that's I can get in the ring and get money for doing nothing. I was like, all right, I'm doing that. And that was white collar as well as MMA.
Yeah, I saw your white collar fight actually on YouTube. I didn't know if you know that was up there.
Which one? The Leadbeater one?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That had like 500,000-600,000 views for a white collar fight. It was mental.
Yeah, man.
So from the age of 21, I started white collar boxing, and I went back into MMA. But I wasn't training. I wasn't at a gym. I was at a gym called Spartans in Chippenham, but I was there like once a week just so I could keep myself reasonably fit, so I could do all these fights and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And then I got offered Fabian Edwards, and my coach said to me, he was like, "Look," he rang me up and was like, "You've just been offered that fight." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Come back and train. We'll get you the win on that." And I was like, all right, cool. I don't mind. So I kind of went back to training like twice a week, on a Monday and a Wednesday night, because they said, look, there's a big opportunity. BAM was a big stage before it folded, and they're like, it's a big opportunity against an up and coming name. It's like, why not try it? I already said yes to the fight, so I was like, yeah. I already said yeah, and they're like, all right, we'll get back up training. I think I had like 3 months of training. Well, just before I took the Fabian fight, and then obviously lost that one.
Well, don't hold your head too low for that. Fabian's on a bit of a tear still at the moment, so you know what I mean. Going against someone. Did you know much about Fabian before going into that fight?
Like, I know nothing about fighting.
Okay.
Full stop. Like, I know before I took the fight, I was, like I said, I was back in the boxing gym for about 6 months of boxing, and then I started martial arts again. Like, I guess I've been back in the gym full time now for 2 years.
Okay.
So when it was just however long it was 2 years ago until the Fabian fight, 3 or 6 months. That's the only time I started looking back into fighting. So I was only looking at the UFC and the Bellator top names. I wasn't looking at BAM or Cage Warriors. So when I got offered it, I was like, yeah, I'll fight him. I doesn't bother me. I fought 30 white collar fights in the last year. I'll fight. I don't mind fighting, whatever it is. Took the fight, lost, and then got offered Walter.
Yeah, 2 months later. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 months later. And it was my I'll fight if I win, if I lose. I didn't actually care because I'm going to get some money for it. I was like, I'm never going to be a big star because I'm not training. I've got work commitments. I've got family commitments. So I was like, I work, do a bit on the side of training, and I just fight because I knew no one's going to hurt me. I knew that. And then obviously lost to Walter. But again, like Walter was a great guy, man. Me and Walter chat all the time. Like he's cool. I really like Walter, and I'll take nothing away. I dropped down to 77 kilos, thinking that was a good move for me because I hit hard.
No, it's interesting you say it. Sorry to interrupt you there, because I was talking to Terry Brazier as well, and he said the same thing about Walter as well. And I've actually got Walter for an interview on Thursday, so I'm sure it'll be nice to hear the good comments from yourself and Terry. So I'll make sure I give you guys a shout out for that one.
Yeah, please do, because I do like Walter. Like, me and him speak all the time. I mean, when we both go back in the camp, we both said we'll get some training together. And Terry as well. I've trained with Terry. I train with Terry every so often. Terry's cool, man. Terry's a cool guy. So yeah, obviously fought Walter. I got like 1,600 for it. And
Bellator 200 as well, man. That's a big card, to be going on to.
Yeah, which is why I took it. Like, after Fabian, obviously I lost, and I was like, whatever. Like, I lost, and then when I got offered that, then my coach said, it's a big show, get on it. Like, and I did like 4 weeks of reasonable training, and then my coach turned to me and was like, look, you haven't put the training in. I'm not going to come to your show if you don't. You know what I mean? Like, You need to put it in. I'm not going to the show if you're going to make us look silly. And I said, yeah, that's cool. Went for Walter. He submitted me second round really naked. Second round. And that was that. Like legitimately, to me, that was in my opinion my career done. Like I wasn't if I was going to fight ever again, it would have been on like a low level show like Rage, which I was on before. Even though it's up and coming, I'm not going to slay it. It's a good show, but up and coming, but it's a low level compared to like Bama and Cage Warriors. So I was like, yeah, cool. I'll just go back to fight on that. It don't bother me. And then I got offered Sakara. But
Italy,
I got
wasn't
offered,
it?
in Genoa. And that was 4 months' notice. I had 13 weeks' notice, something like that. Some 14 weeks' notice. And I told a few people, and they all just sat down and basically just said to me, like, look, if you really put your best effort into this, you could win this. And if you win this, Bellator have to look after you because you've gone to... And I'm like, they offered me good money for the fight, and I'm like, I don't really care, like win or lose, I'm getting good money. And then someone said something to me. One of my coaches said something to me. It was just like, he really got into my head about it. He said, look, it's what we just both spoke about what I wanted to be when I was younger and how much potential I had when I was younger, but I wasted opportunity. And then he was like, "You've got a chance here." He said, "What have you got to lose?" I said, "Oh, you do 13 weeks of hard training, and if you lose, then you're so cool. But at least you're giving it a go." So I said, "All right, let's do it." So that 13 weeks was the hardest 13 weeks of my life. Like I was working a full-time job. I was in the gym every day, 5 till 6 a.m. Then I worked every day from 7 till 5 p.m. And I was back in the gym from 6 till 9 p.m. every day for 3 months. And it paid off, obviously. Like I was sharp. Man. I was on peak form. Like I was sharp. I was in the best position to be in to take that fight. So, and obviously it paid off as we see. And that's how I got the contract at Bellator. So like I said, and then obviously because I was on a 2-fight losing streak. Like if I would have lost again, like they never would have contacted me again. So I've beat Sakara, who is a legend.
Oh yeah, and what's that? He's had 31 fights before that, sort of 30 to 31 fights before that. You know, and did you feel like they were almost chucking you to walls a bit there? Like no disrespect to yourself, because they thought they're going to put him in one of his like home crowd and all that sort of stuff, and you went out there and shot the world.
I know the score with fighting. It's the same as in pro boxing. You have journeymen. We know the score with them. We know the ones, the sellers, the ticket sellers, the names. That's who they want. So they want to do well. And if you look at my record, they're like, oh look, Kent's not very good on the ground. He got submitted by Walter and Fabian. Well, no, I am good on the ground. I'm legit on the ground. I just took fights when I shouldn't have took fights, but it paid off in a way because obviously then I lost 2 fights to get a big fight.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, like I said, we all sat and we said, look, we know the score. Bellator, obviously, they want a good fight. But they don't want someone who's going to win because obviously, Sakara's a huge name. Like, why would you want? And Italy's dead in. Like, there's no boxing. There's hardly any football shown anymore on TV, and there's no sports shown from Italy. So you want the Italians to do well. Obviously, lucky for me, I've really trained. Someone got me, my coach got to me here, Stupai got to me here, and we really, really spoke about it, and I put the effort in to make sure I won. And then after literally within about an hour after the fight, the promoter spoke to me, and he was just like, look, we're going to offer you a multi-fight deal, start at this much, and I was like, I'm in, let's do this.
Nice.
Yeah. And then obviously I get offered Melvin Manoff.
Yeah, but Melvin Manoff, just literally, I know I spoke to you before, just to have on your resume.
Mate, yeah, 100%. Like it's like, and like I've watched it back loads of times, and like when the commentators are like, they say Kauppinen didn't care if he won or lost, and like I obviously I wanted to win, I did want to win, but like it's like me and my coach, and that coach said to me after the fight, he's like, when you used to grow up watching like YouTube videos of fighters, it's like who's your two fighters you watched? I was like Mike Tyson, Melvin Tapmanoff. They were the two people I watched. Like the only other person who could have top beat fighting Melvin Manoff would have been fighting Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
for
I
me,
think I'd
anyway.
rather fight Melvin.
Yeah, so would I, obviously, in that sense. But then I would fight Mike Tyson if he got offered to me, 100%.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Imagine.
Yeah.
God, I don't know how you'd feel. I don't know how you'd feel stepping into into a ring. Would it be a ring or a cage? That's the question, though, isn't it?
I don't think it would matter with him. But it wouldn't matter with me either. Just like if they said fight in the car park, I'm like, all right, it's Mike Tyson. Like I want to, like it's him. Like,
well, how do you? Sorry, mate. Carry on.
No, go.
I was gonna say, how does it feel? Like, don't take this the wrong way, but you probably took one of Melvin's best shots in that fight. He could probably throw. Yeah, I mean, like, wow. Do you look back and think my hero gave me his best shot and I took it?
Mate, I look back. I look back and I look in the third round, and I look when I high five him, then we move back, and then I look at him, and the look I get is I've hit this kid with. I've battered this kid in the end of the first round and most of the second round, and he's still coming forward. Like I took everything and I kept going forward because that's how I am. I'm a forward fighter. I'm not a backwards fighter.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. Like I watched it, like everything. Like when he's walking down the ramp and he's like dancing and looking at me, like he's done that to like all of his fights I've grown up watching, and I was like, he's doing it to me, and that's why I was so happy that I was like, oh my god, it's Melvin Manoff, man, this is sick. So yeah, and then when they're like, oh, I didn't care, like yeah, I wanted to win 100%. Like I went back, I cried in the changing room because I trained my ass off for this fight. I had to.
It was close. It was close, man.
It was, yeah, exactly. And I took Melvin Manoff to the distance. How many people have took Melvin Manoff to the distance
and taken his best shots?
Yeah. I think in the first, he's in 28 of his wins. I think 27 have been in the first round knockout.
Yeah.
Second round, I think only one other person's gone a distance with him, and Melvin's lost. I think it's something like that. So yeah, it's like out of like all of his fights, I think like he's gone the distance 3 times.
Yeah, and don't let his age, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you at all. No, he's still bouncing around as much as he was 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
you know?
and he still throws that bomb like he did, and he still throws head kicks like he did in leg kicks. He still throws them, man. He's still got that power.
Yeah, man, I saw because he caught it with just skin grazed the top of your head, didn't he, with one head kick? So again, it just shows you took his best shots. You know what I mean? And you hung in there. Are you allowed to say how many more fights you got left for Bellator, like contract wise?
I don't know. I never looked at the.
Or if not, are you going to be a Bellator in your next fight?
Yeah, 100%.
Cool, man. And what sort? Because obviously, what sort of time frame you're looking at now? Because you weren't badly injured or anything like that. Yeah, you did have a tough fight. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, what sort of time frame you're looking to get back in there soon? Because you're quite active. Like even between your fights, you like to compete in boxing bouts and things like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Are you looking to get back in there quickly?
I'm quite like so. I'm thinking that I think it's November. I'm in next.
Okay.
Hope maybe. It's September, October, November is I think the next 3 Europe shows.
Yeah, man.
I think September's Dublin.
Dublin, yeah.
December's Newcastle, and then I don't know if there's one in October, November. Where I'm looking to hopefully October, November, ideally, for me. So I've put that forward to the promoter. Said October, November, December, September. And they'll get back to me in the next couple of weeks, he said.
Is there anyone in particular, not to like call out wise, like again, like someone you followed for years, like Melvin and people like that? Is there anyone else out there you'd love to fight? And Mike Tyson isn't an answer.
No. Well, after fighting them two, Sakara and Melvin, I said to the promoter, joking around, I was like, give him Macheda, and he was like, okay, and I was like, what? And he was like, he said no, he's obviously he's fighting Musasi now, but I want that name, I want those names. Like I don't want to either I want to be built up, or I just want to keep. I just want to keep fighting the big names, man. Like I don't care who it is, like just because I've now had 2 legends on my record. Like I'd love to have more. Like, to be the guy who just fights legends, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, like you've never taken an easy fight though in your career. I'd say like you when you moved up from Rage UK, your first people you took on was Walter and Fabian and Walter, and then the
Yeah.
next person you take is a legend, Melissa Sakara, and then you take on Melvin Manu. So to be fair, your MMA career it's showing pretty good resume.
It is. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah, when you put it at that point of view, yeah, no, it's very good. Especially to go 2 losses to them fight Sakara.
And you got to look where Fabian is now and people like Walter is now and stuff. You know, like
yeah, man, we're all on Bellator. Obviously, Fabian's fought 3 times this year, won 3. Walter's won 1, lost 1. He lost his last one, but I feel bad for Walter, man. Like he'll tell you on Thursday when he speaks. He warmed up for his fight, and then obviously where it's on TV run, he ended up being put on after the main event.
Oh no.
Yeah. But that's,
of course, yeah. I was there. What am I talking about? Is that when he fought Enkamp?
Yes, yeah.
I was there for that fight. Yeah, and I felt really bad because we were at the back, like doing post-fight interviews with the main event guys, and then I thought, shit, there's actually another fight going on.
Yeah, because I've just finished the medical. Yeah, all done. Walked out. I was like, what are you doing, man? He's like, I'm on now. He's like, so man, I'm sorry. Like that's what happens. Like it's happened in boxing shows when it's MMA shows when it's TV run. Like they have to stick to TV schedule, don't they?
Yeah, and that's it. How do you reckon that feels like from yourself as a fighter? Would you just have to be warming up, then warming down, like psychologically? Do you feel like, I'm sure he'll tell me himself, but how would you feel? Do you feel a bit like, oh, can we just get this over and done with now?
I've done it. I fought boxed a guy called James Branch, and it was, I can't remember what show it was. It was a good show, and it was massive on TV and that. And they were like, right, you're on in a minute. I was like, sweet, cool. So we did a little warm up on the pads. Oh no, 2 more fights than you. So, all right, okay, 2 fights go. All right, ready. No, one more fight. I'm like, okay, and then like, right, we can squeeze you in here. You've got 15-minute gap. You need to get to the ring straight away. The other guy's going to follow you straight to the ring. Get in there. The referee's going to say, let's get ready, let's go, and you're going to fight. And it's like, okay, sweet, because they had a 15-minute slot, and they had to get 15 minutes in before TV. So we literally smashed that, had the fight, got out the ring, and then they went live straight away. And then there was another fighter there who was like, great, well, I'm going to be sat here all night. He went on at like 11 o'clock or something like that. It's horrible. It's horrible. Cause like, but that's how it is on the TV shows, and to be on those shows and to work your way up the ranks. So you're on the live TV show. That's what you've got to do, and it's like running a job. You've got to work your way up the ladder. You got to start on the lower, like the 1 to 4 sections of fights, and then it goes TV. You got to work your way up.
Yeah, but you say that though. Like you went into when you went into Bama, you're on the main card there, so you were on TV. They went to the Walter fight. I think that was on TV. So you've actually been quite on the Bellator app. I mean, sorry, yeah. And, and obviously Melvin was televised as well. So yes. I mean, you're fighting these big names, and at the end of the day, you can look at a lot of people's records, okay, and you can say, oh yeah, they look amazing. But then if you look who they fought. You know, it's a different story.
I was about to say, like you. So if you don't know, I entered into the Ultimate Boxer tournament. It's a cruiserweight tournament for 8 boxers. Winner takes 50 grand, and I was entered in, but my boxing license got removed because of MMA. So basically, if you do MMA, you can't do boxing, but Bellator don't mind you doing boxing, but boxing do mind you doing MMA. So they took my license a week away from the tournament. And one of the commentators for that, one of the guys doing the interviews, the commentators for that show, he said, if you look at the 7 other opponents and look at their records, and then you look at Kent Kauppinen's record, Kent's been in there with people those 7 boxers wouldn't get in with. You look at their records, and they're 4-0, 5-0, 6-0, 7-0. But you look who they fought, and they're 2 wins, 60 losses, 3 wins, 20 losses. So their win to loss ratio, and they're all journeymen. And if you look at my record, I've been in with people like Chris Billum-Smith, who just fought that Ryokofi for the world title in 2002. So I fought Billum-Smith, Mikel Lawal, who actually won the Ultimate Boxer tournament. because I wasn't in it. I would have won it otherwise. I would have. I was so ready for that. The list of the people who I fought, I fought 4 of the top ranked 10 in the UK. And that's the thing. Like you need to look at people. People don't understand. Like, oh my god, he's 12-0, and he's fighting there, and they don't know what's his record. And they go, he's 2 wins, 20 losses. He tries though. No, he doesn't. We all know this. We all know the score, but that's the thing. That's why I used to be naive. I never knew, like, when people used to tell me that like a 10-0 pro boxer, I was like, no way, man. Like, shit, you must be good. And then now I know how it works. I'm like, you're a 10-0. Let me look at your record.
And the issue they have as well is it's the psychological factor as well of getting in there, against someone a lot tougher than you. Do you feel that's where you have a bit more of an advantage because you've got the psychological factor of always getting in there with the best guys, as opposed to be sort of hand-picked fighters?
Yeah, yeah. That's why I love doing the boxing, because I never fought anyone who wasn't a bloody decent boxer. All these kids were great boxers, and out of 20 pro boxer fights, I got stopped twice. Once by a body shot. So I know out of 20 fights, 18 couldn't stop me, and 18 were nails. Like, they're all legit boxers. So in my head, I'm like, well, no one's going to stop me. No one's knocking me out. Like, that's the one thing. Like, you can go to my gym and anyone will say, like, I am tough as shit. Like, you have to submit me, and that's the way to beat me, is submitting me. And like I said, now all we're working on is wrestling, jiu-jitsu, because we know my stand-up's there. It's just working on wrestling and jiu-jitsu. That's all we drill, just so we know we can keep it standing.
After your Sakara fight, I don't know how long after it was now. I can't remember. It might have been a few months. You actually fought in the Eubank. You fought in the Eubank Junior main card, didn't you?
Yeah, with a guy called Chesnahel.
I couldn't pronounce. I saw it. Yeah.
Chesnahel.
Yeah. No, I haven't heard much about that guy. Who's this guy? Because that's another big stage you've been on. The Eubank Junior main card.
Yeah, man, that was so. I watched that live. I went ringside and watched that as well. I was like, this is amazing. I just sat there, looked around. Like, even when I walked out, there was like 16,000 people there. But yeah, so I think that was February or March. So after Sakara fight, I had a month off. Like, I had a whole month off where I just, because I was so excited. Like, I didn't have to go back to a crappy fucking like labouring job or grounds worker. I don't have to do that. I didn't have to work the doors of security. I was like, man, I'm gonna have a month off and just do what I want to do. Like, so I did that. I had a month off and I didn't train once, not once. Literally, I put on, like, I was 90. I was 92. And I've gone up to about 96. And I've just been eating and just chilling and like just taking my. I was just seeing loads of friends. And so then my coach rang me and was like, "Yo, I've got this great fight." He said, you could beat him if you're fit." And I was like, "When is it?" He's like, February, like, well, I think it's February 23rd. I think it was like 3 weeks away. I was like, we ain't getting fit for 3 weeks. She's like, all right, cool. We'll just go through it as a journeyman. And yeah, so if we got there, the kid was a nice kid. He's from the Isle of Man or Isle of Wight or one of the little islands just off by Portsmouth. And he's quite a big name around that area. So we took the fight, and he said, my coach said to me, he's like, after the first round, he's like, "You could win this fight," and I'm like, "Mark, I haven't done anything." I was like, "Mate," I am blowing. Like,
all the pizzas were coming up.
No, everything, kebabs. I was having. We got fish chopped by us, and like they open at 12, and the fish and chips are banging. I was having like double battered jumbo sausages. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, and I love my ice cream, so I was eating ice cream, and so yeah, like I literally was a mess. Like, I had if you look at the photos from Sakara, I'll show you a photo when I fought him. I look ripped against Sakara, and then with Jez, I just look like a straight bodied.
Quality dad bod.
Yeah, it was, and so we took that fight, got through it. Was a great, like I said, I walked out and there's 16,000 people on, but when I walked out Saqqara in Genoa, I was getting booed by 5,500 people. So like, I was at 16,000 people. I was like, nah, I'm okay with this now. Like, this is where I want to be. Like, after the Saqqara fight, I realized like this is the stage I want to be on. So I will never ever let myself go. I'll never ever drop that again. So after that fight, I started reasonably keep myself fit again. Because like I had my month off, like I said, I had my month to really enjoy what I've just done. Because I worked my ass off for it, like I did to beat Saqqara. I really did. I mean, I put everything on the line. Like I lost friends because they were like, "You're not seeing me, man." I'm like, I don't care. Like, I was like, I'll see you after the fight. Like, oh, whatever, man. You don't make time for us no more. I was like, my time is at the gym right now. So, so like I said, when I had my month off, I was just seeing my friends and like letting them know that I do appreciate blah, etc. But I did. Yeah.
Just get your friends, drag your friends into the gym, get them to hold some pads for you. You know, if they're that worried about it, get them to train with you.
No, none of them do. None of my friends are fighters. Like, well, apart from the friends I've made at the gym, obviously. My friends outside of fighting, they're not fighters. Like they're none of my friends fight. None of them. If you saw my friends, you'd be like, nah, they're not fighters. Like,
yeah, but you could say that about a lot of these fighters you see out there. You can see if I saw that guy walking up the street, I would not think he was a fighter.
No, mate. It's mental. I know, and that's why like, and me and my mate were chatting about this the other day. Like, you don't know who is a fighter nowadays. Like, you look at Sean, is it Sean Lally in UFC?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
He does not look like a fighter. Not one bit. Like, very thin.
Hello.
Hello?
Oh, there we are. We're back again, Kent. What happened there? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're saying about that Sean O'Malley guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. You look at if you cross him in the street, you would. And someone said to me, someone went to, yeah, he is like the top 10 in the UFC. They'd be like, no, he's not. Don't be stupid. Like you just don't nowadays. You just do not know who is a fighter, which is true. Which is why I always say to people, you have to respect everyone you come across because you don't know who they are.
Yeah, well, look who just knocked out Anthony Joshua. You wouldn't think he'd just knocked out the heavyweight champion.
Andy Ruiz, yeah, man. But yeah again, he was in the same situation as me. Like he got an opportunity, and he had 6 weeks training for it, 8 weeks, and he got an opportunity, and he took it like a storm, and that's what you got to do when you get these chances. They don't come across you often in your lifetime.
Do you think he bottled it because it was his first fight abroad, do you think, for Joshua, or do you reckon he just underestimated the guy?
I don't think he underestimated him. I think if you watched AJ leading up to the fight, he was doing like runs on whatever beach they were down in Miami or whatever it was. He was doing like beach runs with camera crews recording him, but he never did that back in England. He said he locked himself in a room and just trained. And there's a difference between a man who locks himself in a room and trains and to a man who's running on the beach with cameras. And that's my opinion. It may be wrong. Some people may agree, won't agree with me, but that's just how I saw it. I never saw him doing all these crazy interviews running along beaches and that before. So when he's gone obviously to promote himself, I feel like it's not gone mentally right for him in that way.
No, and then you've got the other side of the story with Tyson Fury went over there, came out as Apollo Creed.
Literally. Well, I remember that fight because I fought Saqqara. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. That's what Dante Wilder fought. No, who did he fight when I fought Saqqara? Who did he fight?
I couldn't tell you. I'm not as clued up in boxing as I am with MMA.
That's going to annoy me now because I stayed up all night to watch it. Well, I say I stayed up all night. I couldn't sleep after Saqqara. Like I was like sat there like
buzzing.
Oh shit! Now and then my coaches fell asleep. We had a bottle of wine and they fell asleep, and I'm like, you prick. So I ended up ringing my mate Phil Wells. He's a professional fighter from Swindon, fights in Cage Warriors. ended up FaceTiming him for an hour and a half while the Tyson Fury fight was on. But but he's class Fury. I love him. Like, I think he's brilliant.
No, me too. I really like bobbing and weaving around and coming out to living in living in America. James Brown. Oh, do you know what? Fair play to him. He's gone to American soil. They could either think you're mocking us or it's funny, and I thought it was brilliant.
But did you the song? That's the song I had on when I fought Sakara was a classic Italian song. It was like Living in America by Italy. Like, it's like I googled what is the most iconic Italian songs, and I remembered one of them was El Mondo. And I was like, I'm putting that on. That's like, I don't care. And it was playing, and like as I come out, some guy was singing it down to my right, and I was just like laughing to myself.
Quality. And cause I think they were mocking you that day. I think you were mocking them. They booed you enough, didn't they?
God, mate, I said to you, like, the 5,000 people booed me at one point in the middle of the fight, and I was like, this is amazing. I loved it. It's so fun. Like, they're there, 5,000 people. I know they wanted me to lose, but 5,000 people are there to watch me.
What was the response from the fans afterwards? Did you end up mixing up with any of the fans afterwards? Obviously in the press stuff, what was everyone's like feeling towards you? Were they like, oh, God's sake, you beat our main man, or they were really, really impressed?
No, they were cool. Like, I was walking out, and there were people because when we walked backstage, then walk back to the change rooms, you had to go through where all the people walked out of the exits. And we literally had like 2 security guards either side, and we were walking us through these people. And they're like, "Please, come photo. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah." Like, "Oh, you're such a nice guy. Like, fair play." And I'm
That's
like,
good.
"Yeah, thanks, man. Like, cheers, appreciate it." But like, if like people have gone to me like, "Oh, I never knew you were so kind in fighting." And I was like, "Have you not seen my fights before?" Like, "No, I only seen the one with you, Scar." I was like, watch all my YouTube videos, like where I knock people out, where I've just knock people out. If you've watched any of them before, but like the MMA ones, if I beat someone and I know I've beaten them, I'm not going to carry on hitting them. I know it's my referee's job to stop us, but if I know a guy's done, I'm not going to carry on hitting them. And that's I've done that in all my fights. I think it's about 5 or 6 where I've knocked people out, and I'm straight over picking, like making sure they're all right. And
it's good for the sport as well. You know, it's important that we have people like yourself in the sport that do that. You know, because otherwise it's because at the end of the day, martial arts in the beginning it was all about respect and discipline.
Yes,
you know, and we don't want it to turn into some WWE sort of style thing.
No,
you know?
no,
and that's not your style.
No, that's never my style. Like I had like Fabian was in my face, mouthing off to me, and I'm like, cool, whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, to me, and don't get me wrong, you need people like Fabian's attitude, like mouth people off, hype it up. You need people like Conor McGregor's attitude. And you need that, but that's just not my way. Like, because people, it's an entertainment sport in the day, and people want to see that. They want to see that, but like they also like. They want to see the side Forrest Griffin was. Like, you never saw Forrest Griffin mouth people off. Like,
no, I'm trying to think. The first main person was what? Ortiz, maybe, or maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. On their second fight, probably. I think they had two.
No, but you're right, mate. There's no need for it, really, is there? But at the end of the day, you know, MMA's become one of the fastest growing sports in the UK, and I know it was prior to McGregor, but since the McGregor era came. You got to admit, a lot of people were talking about it in the UK. Everyone knows who Conor McGregor is. Not everyone knows who Forrest Griffin is.
No, I know. I know. Yeah,
and it's helped the sport a lot, I think. What do you think?
100%. Like, and his fight with Mayweather helped the sport a lot, and it helped boxing because it got boxers to actually watch MMA. Because after McGregor fought Mayweather, people actually would go, actually, McGregor's fighting again, let's watch him. So more people wanted to watch MMA and more people wanted to watch boxing. So it kind of merged the sports for a bit, and I don't see why they should do more crossovers like that. Like Lomachenko is a legit wrestler and he's learning K1. Like, imagine if he came over and fought a bit of MMA.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
It'd be amazing. I'd love to see him do it.
And I'd like to see more boxers, yeah. I'd like to see more boxers, like, if Mayweather was maybe a bit younger, because, you know, things like see them start to train a bit more.
Yeah.
Their, like, ground game. Well, he's a wrestler, I think, Mayweather. I think he used to be a wrestler at college and things like
college,
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you think that's 35 years ago or 30 years ago?
Yeah, I forget how old he is sometimes.
I know, it's crazy.
Still, you know?
Oh, yeah, man, it's magical watching him move, isn't it?
And Pacquiao's still winning as well.
Yeah,
You know?
he's got another fight coming up soon as well. I just saw.
No, he
yesterday
won.
night.
He won the other day, didn't he? And yeah, it's
Did
crazy.
he?
Yeah, he won the
That
title,
must
didn't he?
been-
A couple of days ago, he won the what was it? The title, the midweight or whatever it is title. There's too many weight classes in boxing. I don't know.
And there's too many titles in boxing. I think it's like
Yeah,
12.
exactly.
Like 12 world titles. Like, how can you get 12 world titles?
It confuses the hell out of me. It really does.
Yeah, even
No
that
disrespect to the
confuses
sport.
me.
So with the whole boxing versus MMA thing, then what did you think of the whole Artem Lobov versus Mananaji then in bare knuckle boxing?
I hate bare knuckle boxing. I won't
fair
talk about.
enough,
It's the one thing I just I know people say MMA is when you just wear wraps. It's like no, even hitting a bag with just wraps on it. I don't agree with it. Like I don't like bare knuckle boxing, so I won't ever watch it. I won't ever follow anything about it.
That's fair enough. No, that's fair, and it's interesting to say that because it is a very big 50-50 split.
Yeah, it literally is. If you like it, or you don't. It's not. I could watch a bit. It's not. I don't. Or you do.
No, I think they did well. I think that it's getting more popular, more for the fact because they're getting a few former UFC fighters in it. Like you've got like Chris Lieben over there now, Rumble Johnson, Anthony Johnson's going to fight in it now, and I think that's what's growing it bigger. But people are going to get hurt, maybe, you know.
They're paying a lot of money. Like when they fought the O2, I heard ex-pro boxer who fought the O2 on the last bare knuckle boxing show. He got 50 grand fighting it. Apparently, you think some of the big names, like who have you mentioned it? Polly, is it Magyar?
Mananaji,
Yeah, Magyar. You think he'd do it for less than 100k?
No, that's it. There must have
So
some big money
they're
going
paying,
through there.
man. They've got some money somehow, man. No idea how, but yeah, it's not for me.
Nah, fair enough. All right, I'll tell you what. Then we'll move on from that one. But it's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
No, but it's just interesting to hear, you know, because it is
Yeah.
a 50-50 split. There's big debate about it, so it's quite interesting what you're saying. So have you yourself? Sorry if I didn't know this, but have you fought outside the UK before?
No, only ever UK.
Is that something you'd like to do? Like maybe go over to the States and fight over there?
Yeah, man, I'll fight anywhere. Like genuinely, it's when I sit on stage or when I do interviews, like. I will actually fight anywhere and anyone. Like it doesn't matter. Like so, when they offered Melvin Manoff, I was like, yeah, I'll take him straight away. Where is it? Oh, it's in Wembley. Okay, sweet, cool. I will like if they offered me a fight in Spain, Italy, Germany, America, I'll go. 100%, I'll go. I'll go anywhere they want me to go. It's how many people can say that they can travel to all these destinations with work and perform in front of thousands of people. That's the side of it. I say it's the entertainment side, and I'd love to, yeah.
And this is it for this is MMA. That is it now going forward for your career. No more 9 to 5, as you said. This is what you want to do going forward. And you're going to stick to this, or you're going to continue doing and also continue doing your boxing bouts in between, or you're going to just stick purely to training MMA now?
That's a tough question. Like, I will continue training boxing. And I'll continue training with like the pro boxers and that at the boxing gym because I get on really well with them and they're great to train with because we've got some of the best tough fighters there are. So I will always train with the boxing. But the MMA is what's my forte is. So if it to me I focus on just MMA, and if there's boxing in between, there's boxing in between. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're going to get another big fight, and well, I hope you do anyway, because that's all you seem to get: co-main events, main cards of big events, and no, it's great. And you have fought in a lot of different organisations as well. Is there any particular organisation you fought in which you found you learnt the most from? What
MMA wise when I was younger?
Yeah, MMA wise, even up to Bellator now. Is there any particular organisation you feel was your home and is where you really learnt the most?
Yeah, well, that was Raged. But that, like I said, I was fighting without training. So I did an interview once before a Rage fight, and they were like, "Yeah, so you get a lot of training in." And I was like, "Well, no, my fighting's really my training." They're like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, I've had 22 fights boxing this year. I've had 2 K1 fights. I had 1 wrestling match, and they were like, "All right, yeah, but what gym do you train at?" I was like, "No, I've been in the gym for 5 years, so I go to Spartans once a week." And they're like, "Okay." So Raged is where I learned the most, because I only had 5 fights on Raged, and it's obviously Swindon. It's half an hour from me, so it's like I had a lot of fights on Raged, and in Swindon there was a massive white collar scene, so I fought probably 7, 8, 9 times a year in Swindon, boxing, and then 2 or 3 times K1 in Oxford, because they have shows there. And then I had 5 MMA fights in Swindon as well at Rage. Like I genuinely was literally fighting every weekend. Like every weekend, I think me and Carl Mallison, who owns Spartan's Gym, we joke we could try and. I think he had 22 fights one year. And I had 21, and we had like a competition every year who could get more, and that was going on for 5 years. Like we were fighting every week pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's really crazy.
But have you felt like never do that again? though? Trust me.
Did you just feel like recently, and just, like, you're always just in camp? Like your life is just one training camp of just getting ready for fights and getting your diet right and things like that.
No, because obviously I said my life was not fighting, so my job was construction, and I had to worry about my family and that. So my job was that was my mind, and then the fighting was just an extra 500 quid this week. Sweet, cool. An extra 200 quid, an extra 150 quid, 50 quid. Yeah, all right, I'll do it. I have actually fought 50 quid before. £50. Yeah, like, I did.
Well,
I said it was
you
extra
found
money.
your passion, didn't you?
Yeah, and I said I love fighting. Like, even when I wasn't training, I was. That's why I said I was fighting so much, because I enjoyed it, man. Like, people come to watch you fight. It's so cool. Like you get to perform, and I said I performed in front of 50 people, 500 people, and now obviously 16,000, 20,000, and whatever's on TV. Like it's amazing how people watch it, which is why we will do it.
Yeah, and your card, and then your Bellator event, had massive views, all around the world as well. And I think that's one of Bellator's best events they've done, in the European series. So I bet it was great to be part of that. And I said, people know who you are now, because that was some hell of a fight. I know I'm going back to it again, but I hope you got. That was such a great fight to watch, from a spectator's view. It was just back and forth.
I watched it, man. I watched it yesterday again. I watched it yesterday afternoon. I just sat in my garden and watched it. Like, if I watch it neutrally, it's amazing, man. Like, it's a good war, man. Because the first minute, it went to 3 minutes 58 or something like that before we both stepped in and threw it overhand right. And otherwise than that, there was nothing. And it was like, I watched it, I was like, it's quite boring. And then all of a sudden, it just lit off, and it's like, no, this is fun, actually.
Yeah, you landed some mental combination. He was blocking, then he put his hands down for 1 second, he was still coming at him.
Yeah.
And obviously that put him down, and then obviously he landed that crazy strike right at the end of the round, which to me personally is what I think gave him the decision at the end of the day, because I think the other rounds were close.
Yeah, the second round, like, if I watch it, for the first round is his
war.
But it depends how you look at it, because like you could say he landed a flusher punch, but then that was the only punch he landed, and then Kent recovered well, and then
very well.
Melvin ended up on his back, and then as Melvin got up, Kent with a counter right hook. Then you could look at it and go, could that round be a draw? Then the second round was definitely Malvin's, and then the third was definitely mine. Potentially, that's what people could have said. I'm okay with it. Like I won't go back and say it should be changed, or I'll never complain, because I'm happy with how the result is. Like it was
so close.
Yeah, and like I said, take Melvin Mann off one of my heroes. 3 rounds, in a war fight as well, not like a normal fight, a war fight. I'm happy. Like I'm so happy with it.
In the third round, you seemed a bit pissed off with yourself. I saw you swung a punch, sort of smacked yourself in the head. And I was like, "What's wrong?" I was thinking, "What were you thinking to yourself?"
Do you know, you're the first person who's brought that up, apart from my team. Because obviously my team know me. I'm a quite a weird and funny character. Like, so when I get if I swing and miss a punch, I'm gonna do something silly just for the TV. So yeah, it was was in the third round. I threw 3 punches, and all 3 of them missed, and they were all 3 were rubbish punches. And then I was just like, I turned, and I was like, and then he moved like 3 steps back, and I turned, and I was like, what are you doing, man? Come on. Because again, like I say, I'm showman. Like, okay, as respectful I am, like, I'm also quite a weird and quirky, funny guy, like in my own way. So like that was to me was quite funny, like what I did. Obviously, people looked at him. People looked at him and went, "What an idiot! He's hitting himself."
I just thought, I actually thought you were generally just pissed off of yourself and having a go at yourself in the cage. That's what I thought.
I was just like, you idiot! What are you doing? Throwing shoe punches? You don't throw those punches, Ken. Come on.
Yeah, well, it made me laugh.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, mate, by the way, what were you thinking then going into the third? Because if you're thinking the first and second, going to the third, because you look like you were coming. I know you come forward a lot, but you're being extra aggressive. Was it because you thought you had to win that? That you had to like finish him in that round, or you saw he was tired and you thought I'm going to take advantage of it?
Genuinely, can't remember.
Okay, fair enough.
Like I said, so we finished the second round, and my coach has come in, and I was like, good, we're 1 round up, going into second. And he went, no, you've just gone the second. And I looked, and I was like, fuck yeah, we have just done the second round. Like I couldn't from that kick, which stunned me, and then I couldn't really they blurred into 1 round. I remember putting my hands on my arms on his shoulders. And he's like, you're right. I was like, my shoulders are killing me. He's like, well, literally, he said, just stalk him. He said, and pick your shots when you know you can throw them. So instead of trying to go bang, 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 I know it was probably the bad choice for me, because I was picking just individual shots to throw instead of throwing the combos, because I was worried my shoulders were going to blow out.
Well, sounds healthy, but you know what? You didn't show though. It didn't show.
No, and because like I said, when I was stalking, and then when I was ready, my shoulders felt like I could throw a few shots and really throw without having to worry about being sloppy. I would throw. I was very, very pickative when I threw. But yeah, like I watched it, and like I watched it with a couple of friends of mine, and they were like, "Oh, you should have done this, you should have done that," and I was like, I did everything in that third round I could do. Like I remember at one point in that round I was ruined. Like I was so tired. My body, I remember just like I was exhausted from taking that batting in the second round. Yeah,
and Melvin's not a small. Obviously, Melvin's he's a bit quite a thick geezer as well. Do you know what I mean? He was on top of you for a bit as well. So that's not
he
nice.
Cooked me. Led on top. He dropped a beast of an elbow in. Couple punches, hammer fists, and he cooked me when he was on top of me, man. I was roasting. I remember being on bottom and I threw a couple punches, and I was like, God, I'm so hot. It's ridiculous.
I'll tell you what though, for someone, as you said, who's only trained properly for 2 years, you know what I mean, and to have the records you have and the people on your resume you've had, but fair play to you.
No, and people think like, he's chatting shit, but genuinely, like you can ask my coaches, you can ask my family, my friends, anyone. Like I've only been back in the gym for 2 years now. One of my first posts, it popped up a day, and it was like 2 years ago, and it was like back in the gym with Mark Kent, back in the gym with Dragons. Then it's like that's when I went back 2 years ago. I've been away, Brad. So yeah, we got Bradley Scott.
That was it, Brad Scott. Yeah.
Jack Eglin.
Yeah.
Jack Eglin's like phenomenal. Scott Clist, he's obviously retired now though. We've got the 2 Polish twins who fight on the Cage Warriors Academy. Not even going to pronounce their names. They're Polish 1 and Polish 2. That's their names. They're quality. They're great to have. Like and that's it. But so you've got, and I'm the only pro MMA fighter at the gym right now. And then you've got Jack Eglin, amateur, the 2 Polish twins, amateur, and then you've got the boxers as well. And then that's why I say we're very limited who I get to train with. That's why I train with like Craig Rawlins, Phil Wells, Dan Hughes over at Scorpions in Swindon. Wiltshire, we've got 3 or 4 pro fighters. 4, I think it is now.
Tell you what, you and Bradley Scott, not the thing you'd ever fight was your teammate, but that'd be a good fight because you two just don't go down.
No,
You know,
yeah,
just
no,
as
we
tough,
are
just as tough for each other.
Yeah, like we used to, like, when we were like younger, like beat each other. Like, we just stand there punching each other. We were just, like I said, back. We used to train completely different back when we were like 17. We always thought train harder, like hit each other as hard as you can, and as you can take a punch, you can win a fight. But that wasn't actually the way. But that's how we used to train. We just used to go, let's just get in there and smash each other up.
And you know what? You can sometimes see when he's in his fights, he goes back to that old school way.
Yeah, he
When he
does.
gets like big guy, he thinks,
Yeah.
right, that's it. This is a fight. I'm gonna have it. You know?
He like drops his pint on the floor. He's like, let's do this.
Yeah.
But he's great,
Yeah.
and Brad. And the thing with people don't understand about Brad is he can stand and bang, but he is so legit on the floor. Like he goes all around the country, and you come back and you ask, God, so and so submit you, and he's like, no, he didn't submit, but I didn't submit them, and you're like, fuck, man, you just roll with so and so, and like, if he'll go over to Pedro Best's gym, and he'll roll with people over there and won't get tapped, and he's high level jiu-jitsu and high level wrestling, very high. People don't understand that about him because he likes to stand and bang as well.
Yeah, there's so many other fighters out there like that as well. They got such high level jiu-jitsu and ground game, but they're just happy to stand and bang. You know?
Yeah, and that's me. Like I'm not saying I've got a super high level. I've got a good level of jiu-jitsu and great level of wrestling. I'm good at wrestling because I'm powerful and explosive. But I want to stand and bang. Like I don't want to be on the floor. It's like I say, it's an entertaining sport. You call me on toe to toe, I'll go toe to toe with you. Let's do it.
That's it. That's what I love. That's the sort of attitude fighters need. And instead of maybe all the smack talk, and it's proving well in your case because you're getting these top opponents, these legends. And I know you don't just want to be a legend killer. So you want to be labelled that. You want to take on some of the other up and comers as well. Was that
the question you asked about? Was it you asked the question?
No, it wasn't. No, it
someone
wasn't. It
else
wasn't
asked
me.
that.
But
So
I
yours was the
watched
other
someone
one.
else's interview. I watched. It was someone else's question. I think it was.
Yeah, it was.
They
yeah,
asked
it
you
was.
that, and you were saying like, no, I don't want to be just a legend killer. I want to fight an up and coming fighter. Was that right?
Yeah, I'll fight anyone, man.
Of course, yeah, I know. Yeah, you're fighting.
Yeah. I obviously I do want the names, but I want the bigger names. Obviously, everyone does. But yeah, I'll fight anyone. Right.
The Ultimate Cheetah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, anyone, like anyone, any name who's someone. So like when people went to me, when's your next fight? And I was like, I'm fighting so and so. Now Manoff went, fuck, I'm fighting Mel Manoff. It's like, yeah, man. They're like, mate, he's a legend. It's like that's the reaction I want. Like, dude, man. And now everyone's like, mate, you went 3 rounds with Melvin Manoff. I'm like, yeah, I went 3 rounds. But he hit you so hard. I went, yes, he did.
And I dropped him, and I also dropped him as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
You know,
and yeah, exactly, man. Yeah. So yeah, I love it, and that's what I want. I say I want people to talk to me about it. It's amazing.
No, it's cool. And I think Bisping had a similar thing with, when Anderson Silva stept in last minute. Imagine getting to fight someone like that.
Oh yeah,
Bisping
yeah.
Sort of,
it was who one of the commentators in the fight. They said that someone fought Fedor, and they were like, but he was like, it's only Fedor. But when he got in the ring with him, he was like, God, I'm actually looking at Fedor Emelianenko right now.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
scary.
Yeah, that bit as well. But yeah, like you've got it's being across with people is what everyone wants. So like, I would love to if they offered me someone a name like that again. Of course, I'd take it.
That would be a cool one though as well. Fedor as well. That's like the legend, isn't it?
Oh mate, yeah, yeah, that's ridiculous, man. Like Fedor's so cool.
Yeah, you reckon get up to heavyweight, okay?
No, I walk around it. I walk around dead on light heavyweight. Right now I'm 93.5 kilos.
Okay.
So that's again like when it was supposed to be at middleweight, and then it was bumped to light heavyweight because they said to Melvin's obviously he would rather fight light heavyweight. Are you okay with not cutting weight? And I was like, yeah, that's the best thing. I hate cutting weight, honestly. I mean, like, I hate it. Like, you talk to me when I'm cutting weight, I will hit you now. I'll bite up. Like my coach when we fought Walter, I went down to 77 kilos from about 87 kilos. And the night before, one of my coaches, he's Jack Eglin, his name is. He's 20 years old, but he's one of the I say he's one of the coaches. He is great. He's phenomenal. He'll be a talent when he's older.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you get back in the sauna, you've got 5 more minutes. And I was like, if I go back in there, Jack, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to hit you so hard because I hate being in the sauna. And I was like, I'm not going back in. I was like, I'm sitting here. I was like, I looked at the scales, and I looked at the time, sorry, and I was like, it's 8 o'clock. I was like, I got on the scales, and I was 79. And I was like, I'm not going back in. I was like, I'll go back in like an hour's time. And he's like, come on, Ken, you can do it. And I was like, honestly, leave me alone. Like, I hate, and then he left me alone. End up getting back in the sauna, losing the weight, but then the whole night I wouldn't speak to anyone. I hated it. I hate cutting weight, and I don't agree with it. I don't like cutting weight.
No, mate, it's not good for you. I think we've all seen online that Cyborg video. She's the toughest girl going, and they drag her in, and she is crying, and that is a tough girl.
That's horrible, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm glad they banned all the IVF drips and whatever it is and stuff to rehydrate and things like that, because that's just not good for you at all.
My physio, he's high level. He's high up in paramedics, and he always goes to like the London events and that. And I was chatting to him about it, and he was like, no, he's like, please don't ever cut weight like that. He's like, 'cause that can really mess up your system, because it stops all your systems working, like stops all your body firing cylinders. So that's why I said to her when he told me how bad it is, and I trust him. Scott Galloway, what a legend. So whenever he says to me like, don't cut weight like that ever again, I won't do it, because he generally cares for me. So like, if I cut again now, I'd cut to, if a next fight was 84 kilos 0.5, I'd be fine at 84.5, because I'd only be like a 4 or 5 kilo cut, because I'd just really bring my food down, diet properly.
Well, if you want to go up to heavyweight though, just crack on with kebabs and ice cream again. Do you
No.
know what I mean?
Mate, have you seen the size of me compared to those big boys?
Yeah, I know. You never know.
Six-
I know
yeah.
you like your kebabs.
6'6" monsters.
How tall are you, if you mind me asking?
I'm 6 foot dead on.
Ah, that's all right. That's fine.
Yeah, I'll be
It's fine.
fine.
Look at Matt Serra used to do it. He was tiny.
All right,
He was
let's
fine.
do it. All right, let's do it. Who we got?
As I said, to fight anyone, that's it.
You've convinced me to go up to heavyweight. I have fought heavyweight before.
Fight Stefan Struve. He's quite small.
Yeah, but still hits walrus.
7'2" of just madness.
Yeah. Matt. Imagine being a foot and 2 inches taller than someone. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, man. No, but as you said, as I say, you will happily fight anyone, and I say I 100% believe you, and I think it's just amazing listening to your story that I didn't know about before your 2 years. You know, I thought you would have been flat out all the time, training hard, and no disrespect to yourself at all, and just amazing what it just shows. It doesn't matter what age you are now. I'm not saying you're old, just saying it doesn't matter what age you are. You can train hard for a couple of years and get to these levels.
Yeah, and
you say?
and I've been working with privileged schools, trying to like go in and speak to the kids about, because I messed my life up at one point. Like, I really messed it up. Really messed it up, and then up until I was about 24, 25 is when I sorted my life out. I got myself back on track, and I go to schools and I say to these kids, it's like, look, you're going to learn your own mistakes, but don't listen to people when they say it's all now or never. If you don't have a job by 21, if you don't have a house by 23, if you don't have kids by 25, it's like, I'm 27 years old. Like, you don't have any. If you don't have any of that, it's not a problem. You can move forward as long as you have the time and the effort to put into it. If you don't, then you're going to be. It's easy to stay on the bottom, like on the bottom. And to be fair, one of the kids has started boxing. I went to one school, and that was like 3 months ago. I'm going to go to another school in a couple of weeks. Went to one school, and that kid's he's just had his first white collar boxing fight, and he won it. And he messaged me, and I put it on Instagram. He was just saying how thankful he was, because he listened to all his mates who were doing drugs all the time, going out fighting, and then he was like, "Well, I listened to what you said, and I aimed to go towards boxing." And I thought, well, fair play to you, mate. Because then you can take that discipline from boxing he's learning into other aspects of life.
That's it. And if you take all that time and it only changes one person's life, that's good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've changed one person's life, and I'm sure you've changed many more. But to hear that must be very self-rewarding for yourself as well.
So it's my sister's husband who runs the school. He works at the school, and he with response from these children, and I was like, that's all I want. Like, that's like if we had that around our area, because like I say, it's Wiltshire. There's not very, you name high level athletes from Wiltshire. Tyrone Mings, who plays football for Aston Villa, that's it. But I don't know the others, and you don't have any like athletes here who are that high level, who can go around to these kids and make actually talk to them. So we never had it. I'd love to have had like someone come in and go, stop being little shit, like you're gonna ruin your life. Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I think back then it was just to get chucked into the army.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that was like the only answer.
Yeah, which worked for some people, but then 90% of them didn't want to do it. So why would they be there?
No, exactly. No, you're right. No, and I think it's great you're doing that sort of thing as well. And I said it's just I hope more kids now, as it's getting bigger in the UK. Like I actually know quite a few guys, 17, 18-year-olds who are starting MMA. They're learning it as a whole, opposed to learning boxing before or something like that. So it's interesting to see them not up and coming as well. Because I said back before you were doing MMA sort of thing, you couldn't really learn it as a whole. You know, you were learning boxing before, weren't you?
Yeah. And that's the thing. It was boxing, wasn't it? Boxing was the only fighting sport, really. Which was huge on TV.
And look how far wrestling's come in the UK now.
Massive.
Some of our UK fighters.
We've actually got Leon Edwards. He's a legit wrestler.
The other night. Yeah.
Legit.
And boxer, yeah.
Yeah.
And he did that. He took RDA down last weekend. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Daniels, like legit guy.
Well,
so
when he fought Gunnar Nelson, Gunnar Nelson is legit. Like, if you see people go, yeah, Gunnar Nelson, man, he fought to take that, and he did well against him. Like,
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mate. I don't know. It's the internet being funny again. Sorry, we were saying against Gunnar Nelson, he did really well against him.
Amazing. Like, look how well he did against Gunnar Nelson. Gunnar Nelson is supposed to be a supreme wrestler. So, like, the UK side of it is getting massive.
Yeah, and it was good for us, good for the UK as well, with someone like that coming through. A lot of UK fighters, I said, retiring now, like Bisping and Dewey Manoa. So,
and that's it. Yeah, and that's it. We haven't got a Bisping right now, have we?
No, no Brad Pickett's anymore, Ross Pearson's
no.
But Bisping was our champion, obviously. So.
Yeah. So it'd be good if the UK fighters can get back on. And we need to, everyone in the UK, what I hate about the UK is like, no one will get behind one UK fighter because they don't like him. Like, it's like the North and the South are separate. It's like, but like you look when the Irish fighters fight, you look the whole of Ireland come. Gallagher when he fought at Wembley, how many fans did he have?
No, serious. Man.
Yeah, and so that's the thing. Like, I think we really need to start like back in the UK fights. We're so small in comparison to America, and we need to really start backing them.
Yeah, no, it's not football. You know, like football teams are. Oh yeah, we can't go up north to your ground. And stuff, you know, we just mix together and get on. That
is actually what it is like. Like when I go up north to box, the reception is horrendous. Like, and when the Northerners come down here to box, it is exactly the same for them. It's like, I get it, like, but they're not even like supporting these guys that fight, and they're just booing them because they're up north. It's like, why do you care?
Yeah, it's crazy. And you get different countries. You see it with the UFC and different organisations. Some countries, for example, like the Japanese and the Irish, will always applaud. They rarely boo anyone. The Japanese definitely won't boo anyone.
The Germans, they're amazing. They're so weird. If you go to a German boxing show or MMA, they will sit there and they will clap in between rounds.
No, they just respect the fact that you're in there, and especially with the Japanese, with the discipline side.
Yes, I think because they understand that it is a warrior sport. And that's what I try and get across, like boxing, kickboxing, any sport you do, which is involved in the physical like that, it is a warrior sport. And that's what I love about it. Like, it is a warrior sport, and that's what people need to understand. And it's two warriors getting in there, and they fight one winner.
Yeah, there's nothing more than I hate when people boo. There's nothing worse than I hate when people boo when people are on the ground working because obviously not quite educated enough on what's going on. You know, that really, really bothers me as well.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, just go to Brazil. They boo everyone. No
they?
disrespect to Brazilians, but have you not seen on UFC like the boos they give? Even if the fighter has a great fight, you know, but he beats their hometown boy, God, you can't even hear yourself think.
Really? So no, I've never know. I know when Brad Scott fought in Australia, he said that when he fought Whitaker in the final, he said that not one person was cheering, and I was like, that's class. I was like, I love that. Like, it is crap. Don't get me wrong, but it is like when I was getting booed by all the Italian fans, I loved it.
Man, it is. It's just, unfortunately, like, I've got no disrespect for Brazil. They've got some of the best fighters in the world. It's one of the nicest countries in the world as well. But after that one time where there was a Matt Brown fight, he was walking to the cage.
Yeah.
And he got punched, I think, 2 or 3 times in the head while walking to the cage.
Really?
By Brazilian fans. Yeah, and I just thought, come on, do you know what I mean?
But even if...
And he actually turned and hit one of them back, to be fair.
Yeah. But even if like 2 American guys fought in Brazil, they would boo the American guys.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
They just boo everyone.
Mate, if you beat one of their hometown boys, just go home.
Yeah.
You know? But then when McGregor fought Jose Aldo, yeah, right. It's amazing what he can do. Like, they booed him, yeah, but there was videos of McGregor in bars in Brazil ripping up pictures of Jose Aldo, and they're all cheering. So I'm surprised he didn't get shot. To be honest with you.
He's a different guy though, isn't he? Like, he is what a time to be alive and witness Conor McGregor, like what he does, and he can get away with and be so flamboyant as well. Like, it's mental.
And now he's making more money than ever just promoting whiskey. He's getting pissed.
He made $1 billion pounds, didn't he?
Was it £1 billion or £1 billion bottles or something stupid like that? Yeah, in like the space of like 18 months.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, and that's why he's and credit to him, like how the houses he's building.
Yeah, for the homeless people and stuff like that.
Fucking right. Like, where's that? That's what. Like, I'd love to be able to be that famous, to be able to go and have that impact on this world. Like, that'd be amazing. Like,
yeah. Well, after the Mayweather fight, Mayweather donated $200 million, I think, to the Texas Relief Fund, where all the flooding was and stuff. Yeah, it was something stupid. Well, he must have made. Oh, was it 200? Yeah, something stupid. Well, he made loads of money, didn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was something like massive like that. Yeah, and so it just shows. It'd be nice, like you said. Imagine if you had that sort of money, you could go out there and build people houses.
Yeah, there was loads of people like Pacquiao, people like Akon, like loads of people. Your list goes on, but like in the UK, I'd love to be able to imagine being that person. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, man. And respect to, and so you imagine you will be there. Can you keep fighting these big names? Keep working your way up. And so for someone who's only been training like hardcore for the short amount of time you have, you're constantly training. Like, the first time you train hardcore, like hardcore, you went and knocked the guy out in the first round, a legend. So what's going to happen after you train hardcore for 2 or 3 more years?
Exactly. That's what my coach said's exciting. Like, and that's why I said, like, I'd waste my talent when I was younger, when I stopped for so long. And it'd be amazing, but like my other coach, Andy Cochran, he said to me, that time wasn't right for you. There's always a time, and clearly your time's ready now. Like, in that period of time, I couldn't have trained, held down a job, and supported what I needed to support, and go through what I was going through with my family. I couldn't have done it. The time is now. Like, this is like, everything's good. Like, my family, everything's great. Life's good. This is the right time, and time it's come, and I've took the opportunity. So hopefully, mate. Hopefully in 2 years' time, Chris, we'll have this conversation in 2 years, and they'll be like, "Wow, I'm now the title holder."
From title holder to working at construction site to title holder to owning his own construction site, building houses.
Yeah, imagine in 5 years.
That's the book title. Or maybe rearrange the words, but you know what I mean.
Yes, we'll pay. We could pay someone to do that then.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, from builder to what, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll let you know.
I feel like you'll find something.
Well, let's do it. Let's do it. It's fine. I'll tell you what. I'll get in touch with Fedor's guys and we'll see what we can do. Okay. Yeah, man. Final question I want to ask you. Where did you've been asking it loads of times. Where's the Hammerhorn nickname come from? Where does this originate from?
It's a.
If you're allowed to say it, it's not too rude.
It's rude. It's an inside joke from my coach. He always comes up with like nicknames and crappy nicknames, like Bradley Bear Scott. That was from my coach. But he'll pick the name, and you have to have that name. Like, he's picking Jack's now, and he's like, he takes a piss like Jack No Chin, Jack the janitor, Jack the pouring fight, Jack the Snorefest. And like Jack's gonna love this if he listens to this because it's true. This is what we call Jack. Like, and like he comes up, he just come up with the nickname. And like one way I was 16, 17 years old working for him, and part of it come because I had a sledgehammer in my hand. I was trying to hammer it, and like I wasn't hammering it very well. And he was taking a piss at me, and then like, the horn come from something else, something rude. And he just went hammer horn one day. He's like, "You're the hammer horn." And I was like, and it stuck, and that was that hammer horn, and I like it.
Brilliant. I love it, mate. You've got to be given your nickname, as some people say, but some people do make their own, which is fair enough. But that's brilliant. If I was going to say, if you gave yourself that nickname, that was going to be the second
big
part of my question.
Why? Why would you do that?
Why would you do it to yourself? Just call yourself Pitbull like every other fighter.
Yeah.
You know? It's fine. Oh, brilliant. I'll tell you what, Ken, you know, I could chat to you for the rest of the day, man, but I'll tell you what, I've kept you for a long time now, but I really, really appreciate you taking the time to chat. It's been really interesting hearing your story. I can't wait for everyone else to hear it and give their feedback, but I just want to give you the opportunity, mate, to give a shout out to any sponsors, any more gym partners or anyone like that who's helped you get to where you are.
Oh, crap. You know what's going to happen. I'll say them and then I'll forget.
You're going to miss someone.
And then there'll be the one person who watches it who I didn't mention. But like I said, like I've got my team Dragon's Lair, like Stu Pike, Andy Cochran, like massive shout out. Contender side, Mark Kent, coach, Scorpions, Dan Hughes. They're the coaches and Jack Aiglin, in all fairness, they're the coaches who really have helped me. And then shout out wise, like fighters, Phil Wells, he's been brilliant with me. Craig Rawlins, I go over there and then you've got the box.
Ken, sorry to stop you there, mate. I don't know what's going on with the internet glitch today, but we got to Craig Rawlings.
Oh, okay, so not too bad.
Sorry, man.
Back. So yeah, you got Craig Rawlins, Brad Scott, the two Polish twins I won't mention. I don't know, the Polish one and Polish
one
two.
And two.
Yeah, one and two. Literally, you can now tell who's who because number two's got like a 3-inch scar on his forehead from where Jack Egling kneed him in training, split open,
Brilliant.
dirty from Jack Egling. So you now know that's Christoph and the other one's the other one. Scott Clist, he's retired, but he's still in the gym, helps me a lot. And then you've got the boxer side, like Dan Blackwell, Paul Cummins, Stuart Green, Rocco Richards, and then a couple others from there who aren't pros, but they've been good.
Sponsors?
Spartan's gym, Carl Mallison, he's been great. I go to every so often, and they're great because he always supports me. Like he went to a pub and said to the pub, put my fight on. Got 150 people there, and 150 people there were watching me in a pub, man. So I appreciate him for that. Sponsors, that's the hard one. Bad Boy Supplements, iFixer, Richard Henley Plumbing, James Aravagi's company, I can't remember the name. Richard Henley, he's great. Like Rich Henley's great. Like Bad Boy Supplements, iFixer, they're great, man. They're really great. But Rich Henley's been brilliant. Like he does construction, but he's mainly boilers and plumbing. And we've had a lot of problems with our house, and he's come around and done it like for the next to nothing, like money off his own back. He's really helped us when I was in a bad situation. Like he's been sponsoring me for 2 years. Like as soon as I went back, he was the first person to message me and go, "What do you need money wise? Anything like work?" I was like, I didn't even know the guy. Like he was brilliant. So like he's done loads for my family. My dog's just come back down. Come here. Good old little, little Frenchie. But yeah, no, Rich Henley, he's been amazing. And then about Cal Singh has Dom. They're honestly, and it's so hard to remember them right now. It's not top of my head, but they actually. No way, you would never believe it. I'm in the garden, obviously. On the floor is my fight banner, which I forgot to take with me to. I lost it. I actually lost it, but I come out in the garden. It was rolled up in the garden. I was like, balls. All PayYE solutions. You got Inside and Out Roofing, Richard Henley, Create World, iFixer, Bad Boy Supplements, Contender, Dragon's Lair. And there's two more which aren't on there, which need to get added, to be fair. But yeah, they're the ones. But they're the ones. I think.
Nice, man. Well, if you did miss any, just let me know and I'll add them to the bottom. It's all good.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
And I know you're not you're not the biggest fan like social media and stuff. But I know you're on media and stuff. So where can people like follow what you're doing and see what's going on?
Yeah, I hate social media. Like
I know you do.
Oh god, my partner, she even phones. Like when you text me, I'm like, oh, I can't reply to a text. Like if you ring me, I'll happily sit on the phone and talk. And I hate all the social media and the texting and that. Like that's not, because you can never get across in text what you actually mean. But yeah, I try and post on Instagram more, which my name is just full Kent Kauppinen, KentKauppinen. I try and post what I'm doing. That's like mainly training, but then I put my dog on there. Like we went to this waterfall today, and I put that on there. Try and put it out, because social media is a big part about showing people who you are. And then Facebook is my name again, but I very rarely use Facebook. The only time I use Facebook is to post fights. Otherwise than that, I don't ever use Facebook.
Good stuff, man. And yeah, I'm sure you're going to get a few more followers after we release this. And so you've got quite a few already, man. You're over 4,000 now.
Yeah,
so,
that was I think I had 1,200, and then Sakara then after Sakara I went to 2,200, and then after Manoff I went to 4,000. So yeah, I'm slowly building them up. I do want to get that busier. So I would appreciate you shouting that out, Chris, and mentioning it, because anything does help now, to be fair.
Yeah, man, follow him on Instagram. Like, I'm looking at it now. There's also said he's got all from his training from standing in the snow with his dog.
Yeah.
We've got, what's this one? There's video of 2 dogs here. You got the Frenchie. What's the other one we got here?
Which one's?
What's he? Is
that? Oh no, that's a French bulldog. And then is it a black one, a French bulldog? Is it?
Yeah, black one. Yeah, it's a bigger one.
That's his girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
So hold on. Let me go on my Instagram quickly. Hold on.
I can see the decking you're sitting on now as well. This is a bit creepy. I feel like
where is? That's Staffy. Oh, that's my brother's dog. They're friends. I didn't put. Yeah, that's his Staffy. Yeah, and that's my French bulldog. I didn't put the one of the. I put it on Facebook actually. A picture of Bella. If you go, so where is it? She's beautiful. So Alan's got a girlfriend. That's how sad I am with my dog. Like my dog is like my dog. He has a girlfriend now.
He's like your child. Yeah, I can see pictures of you and your dog here.
So if you look, if you look on my story,
yeah,
I've just added one of him and another. There was one with him and my other dog in a pond, and there's one at the end with him led on a
dribble.
Yeah, no. That's that. The dribble. And there's one of him asleep.
Yeah, one of us was ear twitching a little bit, and then we've got running in the river.
That's where I took my other dog this morning, and then the last one, there should be one more on there after that with him and another dog, and that's his girlfriend. That's how sad I am. I actually got my dog a girlfriend.
That's it. There you are, little Frenchie. You've got yourself a missus. Good lad. Quality kid. I tell you, it's been great seeing all this and learning about this, and I encourage everyone to check this stuff out. He's a normal guy. He hasn't got himself on there just tensing up in front of mirrors and stuff like that. So yeah. There is a few actually, but anyway.
Yeah.
But check it out, and Kent, really appreciate you coming on, mate, and we'll definitely be speaking again if that's right.
No, yeah, mate, I really enjoyed it, and I appreciate they wanted to get my story out there. So thank you very much, Chris. And you're very good at it. You're very good at it. So thank you.
I appreciate it, mate. I said I've only been doing it for less than a year now.
Really?
So I appreciate the feedback, mate.
Yeah, man. You're very good.
Lucky to be picked up by the owner of this chat podcast called John McElroy. He owns the podcast, but he brought me on, and I might as well say it now to you and everyone else. I'm going to be the exclusive person who does all the fighter interviews now.
No way!
So yeah, man. So
you we have a season celebration at the end. Well done,
that's
man.
it, and he's built the platform. He's got 75,000 followers, and fair play to him. He's letting me do this stuff for him. So thank you to him as well, and thank you to yourself and all the other fighters. That give me their time. I appreciate it. I really do.
Man. That's good. That's good that fighters do. It's good.
Cool. So make sure you all follow Ken. Okay. Make sure you watch his fights. And I'll tell you what, if you haven't seen his last fight against Melvin, he takes a right hand from Melvin like a boss. And I'm not saying that's the best part of the fight, but I'm just saying that was just. So, and you came back and you dropped him as well. Oh, it was just an amazing fight. Check it out and give us your opinions on it as well. Who do you think won the fight?
Yeah, man.
And that's it.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
Chris. Thank you. I appreciate it.
No worries, man. Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon, man. Bye-bye.
If you've liked this podcast, be sure to subscribe on iTunes. We're live every Sundays at 8:30pm talking MMA. Go to facebook.com/martial arts chat, give us a like there, and follow us on Twitter @martial arts chat.